This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
Welcome to today's Talk Business and Politics. I'm Roby Brock. We're glad to have you with us. I am joined by Mark Stodola, former mayor of the capital city of Little Rock, but now of counsel with the Barber law firm, one of the most prestigious and long-running law firms in the state of Arkansas.
Hi,
Good
Roby.
to see you.
Hi, Roby. Thanks to be here.
Do I get to call you Mark now, or do I have to still call you Mayor or His Honor or Grand Poopah? What was the official title that I have?
There's an old adage that says
Mr.
once a mayor.
Stodola?
There's an old adage that says once a mayor, always a mayor.
Really?
But I will tell you that I'm getting both. I'm getting mayor from a lot of citizens in the community, and I'm getting Mark from my friends. And so you're my friend, so please call me Mark.
I will call you Mark because I knew you as Mark before
knew
I
me
knew you as
before.
anything else.
That's
So,
right, you
but
did.
anyhow, good to have you with us. Let's talk about the Barber Law Firm affiliation here.
Yes.
Why the Barber Law Firm? What made sense for you to affiliate with them?
Well, certainly they're a very well-respected firm, and I think there's an opportunity for me to help them grow what they see to be the future of law practice in the state of Arkansas and actually beyond. So I'm going to be looking forward to helping to develop a couple of areas in greater detail for them in the area of government relations and all context of that, along with commercial transactions. In my history of practicing law, I've done quite a bit of those kinds of things for businesses and corporations and for governmental entities as well. And then ultimately, I have a love of real estate as well, and so we'll be doing some land use and real estate transactions as well.
Things that mayors do know a little bit about in terms of how land can and can't be used there.
I said that somebody said, well, you haven't been in law practice for 12 years. I said, well, no, that's not really true. I've been practicing law every day while I was mayor. I just wasn't getting paid as a lawyer for it. That's the only difference.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the governmental affairs side of what you'll be doing there, because that is not only local, but it is state and it is federal, I would imagine, in terms of the connections that you have and where the Barber firm would have some areas of need and expertise. And I think a lot of people think, well, he was just mayor of Little Rock, but you were also the head of the national mayors group there, and you have been well connected nationally in terms of your politics for decades.
Well, thank you. I was fortunate enough to get elected as president of the National League of Cities, and in that capacity represented cities and towns, 19,000 of them, as a matter of fact, from all over the country. So whether it was Eric Garcetti or Bill de Blasio, who I had a chance to get to know and work with, or whether it was the mayor of Rison, Arkansas, or the mayor of Toledo, or the mayor of Gary, Indiana, maybe even the mayor of South Bend. I've had a chance to obviously work on some really major issues that I think are critically important to our community. And one has to do with the future of work, and what does work mean, and what do jobs mean as we continue on into the 21st century with artificial intelligence and robotics, and certainly the technology that's coming out of the Venture Center, for example, that makes jobs easier and oftentimes eliminates jobs. And so you've got that dynamic going on. And then you also have the dynamic that by, I believe, 2030, half of the population of the United States is going to be 65 or older and eligible for Social Security. And so you've got a lot of people aging out of that, and you've got jobs that'll be vacant. And so what we're doing to try and promote jobs that don't necessarily need a 4-year college degree or something advanced is also a very important aspect. So I've been working on some of those things, public-private partnerships. I think the Barber firm would like me to be able to lock in a few of those, and I certainly am going to be eager to try and do that.
All right, well, good deal. We'll wish you the best of luck with that. And
thank you.
Thanks to the Barber Law Firm for letting you come on and talk a little bit about that. But let's talk about some things as mayor, too. So I asked a question during a mayoral debate this past time around, and everybody passed on it here, but I have a feeling you'll have a few answers for it. What do you think was your number one accomplishment as mayor? You were here for 12 years. I'll let you have a chance to talk about other accomplishments, but give me the one that you're the proudest of.
Well, I think the one I'm clearly the proudest of is the renovation and vitality that's been brought into Main Street with the Creative Corridor and the Technology Park. The collision of arts and culture with science and technology is an opportunity to show a vibrancy and excitement in this town that we've not had before. And I made that one of my hallmark desires when I first became elected, and I'm happy to see that it's developed and it's happened. We've been able to do construction. We've been able to see the public-private sector investment, that public-private partnership that I mentioned, over $200 million worth of private sector investment, and as little as $2 million in federal, mostly federal, a little bit of city, and about $500,000 worth of grant money. And you're seeing the benefit of it on Main Street. You're seeing things continue to grow. As a matter of fact, I had even looked at Main Street and the adjacent streets for a TIF district, just because things were dead, and they've been dead for 30 years. And after we got things going on Main Street, it developed so quickly, the property values raised so quickly that there was really no rationale or justification to create a downtown Main Street type corridor TIF district.
And a TIF district, for those that don't know, is a tax increment financing district.
Tax increment financing,
which... my game there, buddy.
Very good. Well, what
and
it
the
does
Barber
is,
firm is actually in the middle of all of this activity here too, so you get to walk the streets of some of the things that you have been involved in. So,
you know, but that I think singularly is one of my proudest accomplishments. But you know, we've done a variety of other things in 12 years, and I'd
give me the greatest hits list, but keep it kind of
short.
Well,
$298 million in capital investment in streets and drainage programs, a $10 million communication tower for all of the safety and security that we need for all of the law enforcement personnel in the county. We put $6.9 million into the parks. We've built things. We built the Southwest Community Center. We built the 12th Street Station. I was so tired of looking at the Pankey building that was, you know, vacant forever. We turned that into a substation, a police substation, and a community center as well. We put 255 houses that we work on a yearly basis, and over 100 houses that we built new through the Recovery Act money. $2 million worth of energy retrofits to the city. Golly sakes.
Have you had to go back before the city council yet for anything?
No, not yet.
What's going to be your approach to going back into City Hall right there?
Well, it depends on whether I'm going as a client or whether I'm going asking for something. I don't. It'll be fun. It's Old Home Week. I've been back a couple of times to obviously fill out papers and do some things like that. So everybody, you know, is very loving and cordial, and you know, is kind of glad to see me.
We love our officials. Come on now.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, economic development's been a big deal here too. I mean, we forget, and I hear some stories about, well, we're stagnant, and I would challenge that if anybody wants to talk about it. But when you talk about Wellspun, you talk about LM Wind Fiber, you talk about the expansion of Dassault Falcon Jet, you talk about Bass Pro, the outlet mall, you talk about FedEx Freight. I worked on all of those very directly, and those are some great things that have happened. You know, over 7,000 new jobs, $1.3 billion in new capital investment, $280 million in regular annual payroll. You know, those are some of the things that, as mayor, having been at least a part of that, I am very proud of.
I'm glad you got something to show for your 12 years up there
well,
in office.
I would have liked I would have liked the city to, and I want to say I do want to wish our new mayor, Frank Scott, the best of luck.
Yep.
I've met with him 3 or 4 times and told him I would be committed to meet with him anytime, anywhere, and continue to help him along if he needs it.
I appreciate that, and I know he does too. And he is Mark Stodola with the Barber Law Firm, former mayor of the city of Little Rock. I want you to make one promise to me before you leave. The first big project that you work on at Barber Law Firm, you bring to me to break the news.
That's the deal.
All right.
All right.
I like it. You heard it here
Thank you, Roby.
first. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. That is all for today's Talk Business and Politics. I'm Roby Brock. We'll see you next time.
Each day, the promise of our nation begins again. Arkansas and America moving forward. I help make that promise a reality. It's not for everyone, but people everywhere depend on us.
Oh, I love you too, sweetie.
Trucking delivers, or everything stops. And that's what drives me.
find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas. Our 17 electric distribution cooperatives are working day and night to provide reliable, affordable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses, just like yours. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.